Welcome. Yeah. Go ahead and close the eyes. Find a nice long straight spine. Start to check in with your breath. Notice what's going on through the nervous system with your thoughts, and maybe some of your thoughts are a little bit weird, and that's okay too. See if you can notice them and maybe find them amusing and then let them go. It's something that I've been thinking about a lot in this practice of yoga, and how often we take it very, very seriously. And we're like, no, we're not supposed to laugh because this is very serious. And I'm attaining enlightenment, so it's very serious. And yesterday I was practicing and I had this really horrible sinus pressure, so I got into this breath of fire, kundalini spiral energy thing, and finally like getting rid of this pressure, and it felt so amazing, and I was feeling super blissed out and happy. And then I realized that I'm in my bedroom rocking around back and forth, breathing really hard with snot coming off of my chin, and I'm like, yes, this is great that I'm finally getting rid of this sinus pressure, but it's also really funny that I'm in my bedroom with snot coming off of my chin and taking myself very seriously right now. And it made me think about how we often approach our practice, and we approach it with this idea that, well, I need to look really cool doing all these poses, and I can't come out of balance, and I can't, put a hand down, and if I do, then shame on me, I should be better than that. And what I've been noticing is that when we can just laugh at ourselves instead, it actually allows for more of that openness in the exploration of our practice. So I would encourage you today to maybe try something you've never tried before. And if you fall out of it, see if you can just laugh at the fact that, yep, well, tried that thing, didn't quite work. Because so often we get caught up in this idea that our journey to this quiet space is a very serious one, and it can be an unbelievable, mind-blowing experience when you feel that connection and you feel the depth of your breath. But oftentimes it's also just really funny. So allow yourself to laugh. Take a deep inhale in through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale out the nose. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in, reach the crown of the head a little higher. Slow exhale out. Keep that length, but relax the shoulders. Take a deep inhale in. Let your belly fill up that space down below your ribs. Let it become huge. Slow exhale out. Push the belly back toward the spine. Take a huge inhale in. Hold the breath at the top. Notice any sensations that are still holding on, any thoughts or worries. Open the mouth, let them all out. Take a huge inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Notice with what you're left. Notice what you're still holding on to, what you no longer need. Open the mouth, let it go. One last time, huge inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath. Feel that length. Notice if it's just a little quieter. Anything that's still holding on, open the mouth, let it go. Inhale the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, plant your hands out in front of you, roll up over your knees and hips and come into tabletop. Feet hip distance apart, hands right underneath your shoulders. Spread the fingers, ground down through the pinky and ring finger, lengthen through the middle finger, index finger, and thumb. Press down through the tops of the feet. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, reverse. Really tuck the chin in toward the pelvis, center of the back high. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Are the toes still spread and pushing down? Exhale and reverse. Inhale in. Roll the shoulders back. Full inhale. And exhale and reverse. Inhale in. And exhale. Let the spine come back to neutral. Reach the right heel straight back behind you. Notice if that right hip tries to stack on top of the left, and pull it back down so that your toes are pointing right down at the earth. See if you can start to transfer some more of the weight over toward the right hand. Spread the toes on the left foot, and then reach the left fingers out, palm facing in. Spread the fingers away from each other. Reach the fingertips away from your heel. Keep the gaze down at the earth to find that nice long straight spine. Same deep inhales. Long exhales. Notice what your face is doing right now. Is it concentrating really hard? Or maybe the corners of your mouth can head up towards your ears. Same deep breaths. Take the left arm out to the left side, right leg out to the right side. Now this might be a strange and interesting balance to come into. See if you can find those same deep breaths. And then bend the right knee, reach back with the left hand. Kick into the hand, maybe gazing out over that left shoulder. Feeling long through the spine, use that quadricep on the left side to open the shoulder a little more. Spread the fingers on the right hand, spread the toes on the left foot, same deep breaths. On an inhale, reach everything back out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. Inhale out one more time. As you exhale, place the knee down, turn the left fingertips in. Inhale the right fingers up. And exhale, reach that hand through. And take a few deep breaths, lengthening through the crown of the head, feeling that right shoulder getting farther and farther away from the right ear. Still finding the deep inhales and long exhales. Notice if the hips are swaying to one side or the other. Try to pull them back to center. And then maybe reaching those left fingers up and back. Or just keep pressing down on the earth to open that left shoulder a little more. And slowly unwind, coming back through center. Tuck the toes, lift the knees just an inch up off the earth. Pull the heels of your hands back towards your big toes, get the core engaged so the low back isn't doing any of the work. See if you can find that little shake and quiver, same deep breaths. Inhale, straighten the legs, come into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, right back up to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. This time exhale slowly all the way down to the earth. Take the right hand out to the right side, lined up with that right shoulder. Press down with that whole right palm. Even put a little bend in that right elbow. Bend the left knee. Send the left heel up and over. And just open up through that right shoulder. Same deep breaths. Again, keeping that left hand down to open that left shoulder. Or maybe reach the left fingers back. Same long inhales and long exhales. Notice your breath, notice your thoughts. Are you taking your breath very seriously right now? Can you find a little smile to your lips? And slowly coming back through center, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. On an inhale, find your way up for plank. And exhale, place the knees down, untuck the toes, come right back into tabletop. So your knees are going to be a little bit behind your hips, but the hands are right under your shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, reverse. Inhale in. Exhale, release. Inhale in. Press down through your foundation. Exhale. Inhale in. And exhale. Let the spine come back to neutral. Reach the left heel back behind you. Engage the core. Keep that arch out of the spine. And then reach the right fingers out. Same deep breaths. Long inhales, long exhales. Lengthening from the fingertips all the way through to that left heel. Press down with that whole left palm, especially with the thumb and index finger. Be sure it's not lifting. And right arm, right side, left foot, left side. Same deep breaths. Now this might feel a little strange and a little weird. See if you can just breathe through it. And then bend that left knee, reach back with the right hand. Kicking into that hand, opening that right shoulder, gazing out, same deep breath. Notice if you're collapsing deeply into that right hip. See if you can get that left hip even with the right. Same deep breaths. On your next inhale, reach everything back out. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale out and up. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale and reach. Exhale, pull it in, find that foundation. Inhale, reach. Exhale, place it down, turn the right fingers in. Inhale the left fingers up. And reach them through. Same deep breaths. Just warming up the body, warming up the nervous system, warming up the breath. Notice the thoughts. Whatever variation you had on the other side, feel that length in the spine, opening that right shoulder. Notice the top of the breath and where it stops. See if you can feel it linger. Notice the bottom of the breath and where it stops. See if you can feel a little linger on empty and a little linger on full. And slowly unwind. Coming back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees an inch. Pull the heels of your hands towards your big toes. Engage the core, deep breaths. Straighten the legs, take an inhale in and plank. Exhale down, chaturanga, shoulders way out, elbows in, float. Inhale right back up to plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, floating all the way down this time. Take that left hand out to the left side. Bend the right knee, send the right heel up and over. Really press down with that whole left palm, even putting a little bend in that left elbow. Maybe reaching the right fingers up. Same long inhales, long exhales. How does each breath feel? Where does each breath take you? Where is your focus? And slowly coming back through center. Bring your hands back towards your ribs. And engaging the low back, pushing down with the tops of the feet. Start to lift the chest. Maybe if your back feels warm enough, straighten the arms a little more. Stopping anywhere along the way. Keep the core engaged. And release down. Inhale up for plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Turn the gaze forward. Walk to the front of the mat. Feet hip distance apart. Release down, forward fold. Notice the second toe lined up with the ankle, knee, and hip on each side. Release the head. Put a little bend in the knees to really release through the low back. Taking deep breaths. Head heavy, torso heavy. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, coming halfway up. Tuck the chin long through the spine. Exhale, release a little deeper. Pull against the backs of the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release a little deeper. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, let it go. This time, inhale, roll all the way up. One vertebra at a time. Take your time. When you reach the top, close the eyes, hands to heart center. Few deep breaths. Press your palms together so you can feel that widening in your shoulders. And then see if you can feel the foundation in your feet, and in the same way, feel the widening in your hips. On your next inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, lead with the heart. This time, bend deeply in the knees. As you inhale, reach up, Utkatasana. Chair pose. See if you can get the chest a little higher, so that way the low back isn't doing all the work. Transfer the weight a little more toward the heels. Same deep breaths. And bring your hands to your hips. Start to transfer the weight over toward the right foot. Cross the left leg over the right. Maybe using those toes as a kickstand. The deeper you bend into that right knee. Maybe reaching all the way around the back for that calf. If you start to wobble or lose your balance, don't worry about it. Just keep breathing. Happens to the best of us. Take the arms out. It'll be right arm on top. You can either hug yourself, reaching back for those shoulder blades, or wrap the arms, or backs to the palms toward each other. Same deep breaths. See if you can sit a little lower. Breathe a little deeper. Know that right thigh is starting to feel it. See if you can find that same deep breath. A little challenge here to slowly unwind. Try and come right back into that chair pose. Reach the arms up. Breathe deep. Hands to your hips. Transfer the weight toward that left foot. Oh my goodness, what's happening in my legs? What's going on with my face? Am I concentrating really, really hard right now? Can I breathe? Can I find a little smile? Maybe wrap that foot around that calf. Maybe sink a little deeper. Well, what happens when I let my other leg get involved? What happens when I breathe a little deeper? Reach the arms out. Left arm on top. Hug yourself. Wrap. Shoulders down. Lengthen through the spine. Lengthen with the breath. Try and bring the corners of your mouth up towards your ears. Just 3 more breaths. See if you can unwind back into chair pose, reach the fingers up. And exhale, lead with the heart, straighten the legs. Oh, why did we just torture ourselves? What an interesting experience. A few breaths, let it release. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of your mat. Put a little bend in the left knee, keep the left hand down, reach the right fingers up. And right hand down, bend into the right knee, reach the left fingers up. Both hands down. Plant the hands, step back to plank. And take an inhale in. Exhale one forearm at a time down to forearm plank. Interlace the fingers except for the pinky and ring. Pull the elbows toward each other, back toward your big toes. Try and keep the core engaged, but relax your low back. Deep breaths. The more you pull your elbows towards your toes, the more you'll find that little shake and quiver. That means a good thing is happening. If this becomes too much, you can place the knees down, but keep pulling your elbows towards your knees. And then place the hips down. Palms down, roll the shoulders back. Really release through the core. Maybe gaze up, that's alright on your neck. Deep breaths. And then bend that left knee, reach back with the left hand. And pull that heel in towards your glute. That should feel really nice after our eagle pose. Getting into that quad. More that you push that right elbow away from you. Sink that left hip down and sink that heel with it. The more you'll feel that just through the quadricep. Same deep breaths. And release that side. Left elbow down, bend that right knee, reach back, pull it in. Sink the right hip. Left shoulder away. Deep breaths. See if on each exhale you can find a little more release in that right thigh. And gently release that side. Make a little pillow with your hands, one cheek down, or forehead, or chin. And just give yourself a little time to breathe, feeling your diaphragm pushing down into your mat. Maybe opening the mouth on the exhale, letting it out. And start to lift the chest. Reach the hands back behind you, interlace. The fingers lift the wrists up off your sits bones. So any pinching in the back of your neck, turn the gaze down. Bring your big toes together, heels up into the sky. Same deep breaths. One more inhale in, get everything a little higher. Exhale and release all the way back to child's pose, so hands under the shoulders, push yourself back, knees nice and wide, big toes together. Release through the low back, release the breath, release the body. Know that this pose is there for you anytime that you need it. If you find yourself making really weird faces because you're concentrating really hard, then maybe come back here and take a breath or two. Remember that yoga is not about trying really hard, but about trying easy. It takes time. It takes time to heal the body. It takes time to heal the thought processes. Faster doesn't mean better. Further doesn't mean better. It just is. Slowly come up to seated on your heels. Make a little pillow for your knees. And bring your knees in line with your hips, your heels so that they're right into your glute med, so that your toes are not together but actually hip distance apart. Really spread your toes, press down with all of your toes. Engage your core, let your fingertips start to wander back behind you. We're going to really open up and strengthen through the ankles and through the front of the shins. So if that's enough, just stay right there. This is a strange position, especially if it's your first time coming into it. This is wonderful for chronic sprained ankles or weak ankles. Maybe try to take a little more weight out of the knees. Move with your body, with your breath. Keep pressing down with all the toes. Long inhales, long exhales. Very nice. And gently place the knees down if they're lifted. And then everyone start to take the hands forward. Come up, tuck your toes this time. Be sure each of the toes are involved, especially that little pinky toe likes to not join the party sometimes. So start to lean back, and in the same way, keep the heels in line with the hips. The tendency will be for them to splay out and for the knees to come together. See if you can keep them all in line. And if this is enough, stay right here, opening up the bottoms of the feet and the toes, or start to send your knees a little farther forward, creating a little more space for your toes to really open up. And then take your hands out in front of you, grab the right fingers, release through the wrist, pull the shoulders back, and left fingers. And then readjust to standing on your knees so you can keep the toes tucked behind you, everything right at hip distance. Bring your hands to your low back. Start to send the hips forward. Maybe just staying here, working on keeping your core engaged. The tendency in our back bends is just to let the core go and let the low back do all the work. So see if you can keep the core active as you breathe, maybe letting the head fall back. And maybe reaching one hand back for that heel, maybe both. Keep the core active, heart lifting. And just as slowly as you came into it, make your way back out. Send the hips down towards your heels, reach the fingers out just for a little counter pose. And slowly come back up, standing on your knees. Hands to the low back, send the hips forward, engage the core, release the head back. And then maybe reaching back with that right hand. And this time reach the left fingers up and back. Keep that core engaged. Keep it working, lifting, so that way you're not just collapsing into that low back. Reach the left fingers up, and then down for that left heel, and then reach the right fingers up and back. Keep that core engaged, stopping anywhere along the way, listening to your breath. And then both hands down, and then hands to the low back. Just as slowly as you came into it, make your way back out. Slowly send the hips back, reach the fingertips out. This time untuck the toes. A few deep breaths. Walk the hands over to the right side. Stack that left hand on top of the right. Opening up through the side body. Staying low, walk the hands over to the left. And walking the hands back through center. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Nice, easy twist here. Take the right hand back, left hand outside of the right thigh. Look out over that right shoulder. Breathe deep. And back through center, left hand back. And release back through center. Pull the little pillow out of your mat. Walk the hands forward. Tuck the toes. Inhale, lift the hips. And exhale, back, downward dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, floating down, chaturanga. Inhale, through and up, your back bend of choice. And then exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place it down near the right hand. Be sure that that second toe, ankle, knee, and hip is lined up on each side. Start to pull back on that right heel. Take a little weight out of the hands. Be sure that you're nice and stable here. And then inhale up, crescent pose. Find that focus right in front of you. And let the focus soften. Same deep breaths, pulling that left hip forward, right hip back. Keep pulling back on the right heel to keep that right hamstring engaged. One more inhale in. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh, a little deeper twist. Push down with that right hand, opening the heart. You can place that left knee down anytime that you need to if you feel like your face is really working hard or your thoughts are really working hard. And place that back knee down, maybe opening the arms. Bind if it's in your practice. Deep breaths. Deep down into that twist. Gently force a little extra breath. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, slowly unwind. Take the fingertips out in front of you. Take the weight forward and up. You can keep a little bend in that right knee if that left hip starts to stack it all on top of the right. Otherwise, try and straighten the legs. Maybe bring the hands to heart center. Long inhales, long exhales. Placing the fingers back down, bend into that right knee, send that left foot all the way back. When you feel stable here, inhale up, crescent pose. Right hand down, left fingers reach up and over and slightly back. Really open up down through that left side. Same deep breaths. Inhale, reach back, crescent pose. Exhale, place the hands down. Send that right foot back to meet the left. Take an inhale in. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up, your back bend of choice. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale that left heel up. Be sure the left hip doesn't stack on top of the right. Sink the heart toward those right toes. Exhale, knee to nose. Softly place that left foot down. Finding that same alignment, finding that same stability. Start to take some of the weight out of the hands. Pulling the right hip forward, left hip back. Same deep breaths. And then on an inhale, find your way up, crescent pose. Notice where your thoughts are. Notice where your breath is. Are you trying really, really hard? Maybe putting that knee down. Healing our body doesn't happen in a day. It happens with our breath, with patience and kindness. Hands to heart center. Right elbow, left thigh. Whatever variation you had on the other side. Breathe deep. And these twists are nice to find a little extra breath, because it really constricts our diaphragm, helps us to build the strength in our diaphragm, to build strength in our ability to release, to let go, detoxify. Very nice. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, slowly unwind, fingertips out, weight forward and up. Whatever you would like for warrior 3. Long inhales, long exhales. Listen to your breath. And bend into the left knee, send that right foot all the way back. Find your stability again here. And then come up. Left hand down, reach those right fingertips long, over and back. Same deep breaths. Corners of your mouth up towards your ears. Inhale, reach. Exhale, place the hands down, send that left foot back. Inhale in and plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back for child's pose. Few deep breaths. Remember that this pose is there for you anytime that you need it. If you're pushing yourself and you're trying really hard, see if you can bring a little ease into it, a little joy of exploration. And maybe today is the kind of day where you need to straighten a leg or put a knee down. There's no judgment. I've had students spend the entire class in child's pose. I have the utmost respect for that ability. Because really, when you think about it, all of these poses we do, they're pretty funny. We do all these poses so that we can sit in stillness for longer and longer periods of time. These poses all showed up around 500 years ago. A combination of British wrestling and Indian dance. The swamis were sent all these young boys that had all this energy and they just couldn't sit still. So they started putting them through all of these crazy poses to get some of their energy out. And then they realized, oh, if we do these poses, we can sit for longer and longer periods of time. Great. So really all of the asana that we do is kind of like one giant joke. We just miss the punchline a lot of times. We think the point of the asana is that you can put your feet to the back of your head on a handstand and do all these crazy poses, and that's not the point of the asana at all. Pinnacle poses are just made up. So as we move through this last standing series, I want you to hold on to this space right here, this nice calm breath. Slowly find your way downward facing dog. Inhale that right heel up. Exhale, bring it all the way through. Place it down in between the hands, left heel down. Find your way up, warrior two. Really tuck the hips toward the long side of our mat. Just the first time we're opening the hips today. You might find a little snap, crackle, and pop. That's quite all right. Maybe take the front foot a little farther forward so you can really bend deeply into that knee, but notice if the knee starts to collapse to the left. See if you can pull it back so it's out over that second toe, but be sure that the knee is right over the heel. That left hip is reaching back yet pulling forward, like you're trying to pull your feet in toward each other. Engage your core, relax your shoulders, fingertips out and away, chin toward that front middle finger, and then close your eyes, forget everything I just said, and breathe. Because it really doesn't matter. Same deep breath. Right elbow, right thigh, like you're holding a ball with that right hand. Let that right shoulder come away from your ear. Reach the left fingers up. Try and pull that left shoulder behind your left ear. Pull that right hip under a little more. Maybe reach the right fingertips down, left fingertips up. Bind if it's in your practice. Deep breaths, stopping anywhere along the way. Just opening up that hip. Bird of paradise if you want to feel really crazy. Deep breaths. Same long inhales, long exhales. As you're ready, head all the way back. Peaceful warrior. Straighten that right leg. Reach. Pull that right hip under, left hip back. And then let the fingers drift down. Try and keep every joint aligned. If you look down and you're not over your leg, then maybe come up just a little bit. Keep your torso right in line with that front leg. Maybe letting the fingers drift. And then decide to stay here, pulling that right hip under. Bring the left hand to your hip. Bend into the right knee, fingertips out. Weight forward and up. Stack that left hip on top of the right. Float those right fingertips if you would like. Maybe reach those left fingers up. Stop anywhere along the way. Find your Ardha. Maybe that right hand towards your shin. Maybe even reaching back for those left toes. Bend that left knee. Maybe reaching those right fingers forward. One more inhale in wherever you are. And exhale, send it all the way back into that lunge. Send the right foot back and up for a moment. Release that hip. Place that right foot down. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale that left heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Warrior two on the left side. All the same little adjustments, feet toward each other, core engaged, pelvis tucked, relaxed shoulders, chin. Close the eyes and breathe. Now part of you might be thinking, I thought that he just said that these asana don't matter. Why is he putting us into these crazy poses? Because they don't matter. It's just your breath. It's just a way to challenge the body, to challenge the nervous system. When we can learn to find our breath in an impossible position on our mats, we can learn to find our breath in an impossible situation in our lives. Same deep breaths. Left elbow, left thigh. Hold that ball with the left hand. Reach the right fingers up and over. And then maybe staying right here. Maybe whatever you got on the other side. Feeling the feet continuing to pull in toward each other. Those same deep breaths. Being kind, patient with yourself. Notice where your thoughts are, where your focus is, where your breath is. As you're ready, head all the way back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that left leg. Reach. And down, Trikonasana. Deep breaths. And then listening, deciding how far to push yourself. Maybe find your way up, Ardha. Whatever variation you had on the other side, maybe floating up off those left fingers. Hand to the shin. Find your breath. One more inhale in. Exhale, send it all the way back to that lunge. Send that left foot back and up. Release the hip. Head down through vinyasa. Heading back, downward facing dog. Inhale that right heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place that back knee down. Untuck the toes. Walk the right foot over to the left side of the mat. Flex those toes. Right knee down. Either finding your way out here, or pull that left knee up to the sole of that right foot. Same stretch, just takes the left hip out of the equation. With each inhale, see if you can get a little longer, maybe making fists with your hands to feel long through the spine. Place your forehead down. With each exhale, see if you can get your heart a little closer to your toes. Start to let the heart rate slow down, the breath slow down. Really let gravity do the work here. Focus on keeping that right pinky toe pushing down into the earth to keep the integrity of that knee, so that way all the opening is happening in the hip. And then just let gravity pull you down. Let it feel that release. With that sense of weight, let it pull out any worries, thoughts, stresses. Give yourself a little time just to listen. And slowly find your way up to your hands. Left toes all the way back. Gently send that right foot back, up. Release that hip. And then find your way over to that left side, left heel up. Bring that left foot forward and through. Back knee down, walk those left toes over. Really flex the left toes, place the left knee down. Right knee up to the sole of that left foot if you would like. And then make your way out. Keep the focus on those left toes. And let the body release. Maybe making a little stand for your forehead to release down on your fists. It's a nice way to stay long through the spine. With each inhale, see if you can feel yourself getting a little longer. With each exhale, see if you can feel yourself getting a little closer over those left toes. Notice any thoughts that have come up, any worries, let them go. Give yourself a little time just to breathe. Slowly come up to the hands. Tuck the right toes back. Gently send that left foot up and back. Release the hip. Come into one final downward facing dog. Notice if it feels just a little different now than it did at the beginning of our journey. And then come forward to plank and down to your back. Let your knees fall out to the side, soles of your feet together. Right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm. Feel the heart rate slowing down with the right hand. Breathe deep into that left hand. Now you can stay right here, allowing the body to continue to cool down, to slow down. Or if you would like to invert, bring your hands down by your hips, bring your knees together, knees up into your chest, toes up over your head. Come into plow. And slowly find your way up, hands high up on your back. Be sure all the weight is in your shoulders and elbows. Lengthen through the crown of the head so there's no weight in your neck. Pull your shoulder blades toward each other so there is not a single vertebra touching your mat. If you've come up for the inversion, slowly find your way back out. And place your heels down close to your sits bones, hip distance apart. Push the heels down, lift the hips up. Tuck the shoulder blades, interlace the hands. Nice little bridge. Coming up to the balls of the feet, release down one vertebra at a time. Bring the right knee up into your chest, straighten that left leg out. Pull the right knee over the body with the left hand. Ground that right shoulder, maybe gazing out over the right shoulder. One final easy spinal twist. Letting go of any last remnants of resistance or stresses. Letting your breath be easy and calm. Your body heavy. And just allow any sense of try or need, want. Just see if you can let it go. As you slowly come back through center and pull that left knee in. Grab onto that left knee with the right hand, pull it over the body. There's nothing to think, nothing to do, nothing to be. Just allowing, just breathing, just releasing. Don't let yourself get caught in any of the nets of thought. The I should, I could, I would. Just let yourself breathe. Allow yourself this time as we slowly come back through center and extend out in our final Savasana, toes falling away from each other, tucking one shoulder blade and then the other. Crown of the head long, relax the jaw and tongue. Just let it go. Any little thought that tries to come in, see if you can release it on the exhale. Any resistance in the body, let it be heavy. And then notice all of that tingling sensation through the nervous system, all of the parts of the nervous system in the body that have been activated. Start to breathe into each of those spots. Let them find space. Let them find a home. Invite them in. Create new space. Space for healing, space for breath. And allow all of those sensations to get heavy. Feel each of the parts of the body that are connected down to the earth and feel them getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Sinking everything down. And then feel all the parts of the body that are in contact with the air and feel them getting lighter and lighter and floating easy with your breath. And then allow your awareness to float in between these two spaces with your breath, with this tingle, warmth through your nervous system. Allow your body to find healing, to find space, to find breath, to allow, allow, allow you just to be. Slowly find your way back. Notice how you're breathing. Listening to that breath, decide if you would like to stay here, melting down into your mat, or start to activate the body, rolling onto one side. Find your way back to that same comfortable seated position. Either staying on your mat or sitting up, keep your eyes softly shut. Complete that internal journey. Wherever you are, just notice if your nervous system feels a little calmer. If your breath is coming a little easier. If your thoughts seem just a little bit further apart. And maybe, just maybe, find it a little easier to laugh at yourself. To not take it all so very seriously. Inhale the arms out and up, bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Take your time. There is absolutely no rush. I just want to thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you. As most of you know, these are all donation-based classes, and for those of you that make it here in person, there's a donation station on your way out. And for those of you at home, there's a donation button on your screen. We ask that you honor the suggested $15 donation if you are able, or leave whatever you can just so that we might continue to bring this service to our community and to the world. It's always kind of funny for me to feel like putting any sort of monetary value on experience, but we all have different experiences, and we do have the reality of the exchange of experience, the exchange of energy. So whatever you feel that energetic exchange might be, a hug, good energy, a letter. I love getting these amazing letters from people all around the world. It's so much appreciated. So hope that you will take some of this wonderful work that you've done with you today into your day, your week, your month, your life. It is a brilliant one. Thank you.